Everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Entertainment only. I'm doing a little bit of a self-indulgent reading here at the moment. I'm going to have a look about, for those that are Australian will know who I'm talking about, Mr. Potato Head's proposal. Our opposition leader, Peter Dutton, he's the leader of the Liberal National Party. Do not be fooled by the name. They are not a progressive party. They are our Conservative Party. He has put forward, so the Australia in our Paris Accord agreement that was signed many years ago was that Australia would be carbon producing neutral by 2050, and I believe it was a reduction of our carbon balance system by 40%, I think, by 2030, which is coming up really soon. So our current government, our Labor government, which is our progressive government, is very much pushing renewable energy, which is expensive, granted, expensive to set up, but really, really cheap to run thereafter. Pushing renewable energy and pushing renewable energy storage, pushing hydrogen energy. We've got a big hydro system in the Snowy Mountains. Granted, that was set up by the Conservative government, that going forward. But what's basically happening is our progressive government is really looking to the future of renewables and storage of those renewables. What's happened is Mr. Potato Head, Peter Dutton, the opposition leader, has come out and said, renewables is not the way to go. We want to build nuclear power plants. And the electrics just went, really? Are you sure? Now, our independent science research body called the CSIRO have come out and basically costed by 2050 the cost of nuclear power versus renewable. Come out and said, well, nuclear is going to be a lot more expensive to implement. It won't. They won't be built in time, and the cost of actually producing the energy will be more than renewables going down the track. So our independent science body have come out and said, yeah, don't think so. However, Peter Dutton has put himself, planted his sword on this hill, and this is a hill that he is prepared to die on, pushing the nuclear option. Now, he's come out today and named the 7 sites around Australia where his party proposes that they build these nuclear power plants. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to work for them either. And they would need to be built along existing major grid lines, so basically where the coal plants were previously, the coal plants that are shutting down. Okay, so this is what Dutton's come out with today. Oh, yeah, I don't know that it's going to go over well. There's a truth here that's being said, a harsh truth that's being seen, and a lot of anxiety. One of the locations that has been nominated is literally an hour and a half drive inland from me. I'm sure the locals up there will be, no, thank you. Yeah, it's volatile message that he's trying to sell here. Another one is in a place in South Australia called Port Augusta. Yeah, I don't think Port Augusta's going to want one either. Yeah, it feels like he's really missed the target. Now, this is the same government, when they were in power, opened up a detention centre on territories in Australia called Christmas Island. The cost of, I think, about $12 million to put a single family of 4 in there because he wanted to make a point about that they should be deported from Australia. This was a family who had fled fled their home country. The two children had been born in Australia. The community in which they lived really wanted them to stay. The parents worked in that community. They were very much part of that community. But this is the same guy who, to make a point, spent $12 million opening this detention centre for 4 people who ended up the current government allowing them to stay in Australia. So what a waste of money. Yeah, this is very much about times are changing. There is a fading of this toxicity energy, this aggressive demanding that Peter Dutton has engaged in. There is this rise of community, of compassion, of um, understanding of and strength in our understanding of working with our planet rather than against it. Yeah, I think Dutton's going to find himself out in the cold as there is a movement away from him as he tries to push this message, which is not received well with the moon card there. Certain examples is where the current government has approved some coast wind farms in certain areas of New South Wales. Of course, there's the usual opposition against them for whatever reason. But one particular segment of the wind farms will power 1 million homes once it's up and running. Now, it doesn't sound a lot, but Australia's only a population of 26 million. So it's a goodly portion of our population. And then another lot off the coast of where I am, again, 1 million homes. Now, it's not so much the homes that require powering, they just use it as an equivalent, because Australia has one of the biggest uptakes in the world of solar panels on roofs through government rebates and government incentives. The big issue now is storage, and its voluminous storage for manufacturing is the next step. So, get off my little hobby horse there. Let's have a look. I've already talked about the gas plant that runs partially on natural gas at the moment, but has been built for full conversion to hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is produced from using renewable energy and turning it into a low density energy for homes, etc., to a high density energy for manufacturing. And being a gas plant, it can be turned on and off as required. It's just the storage of the hydrogen is the next step. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at Dutton's plan. How's this going to play out? His push for nuclear energy, of course, on social media was the usual cowboy keyboard warriors yeah, that seem to be the minority but are more aggressive. So therefore they seem to be bigger than what they are. But let's have a look. Dutton's plan for nuclear energy. Sorry it's taken so long to get some cards out. Okay, this is what he's offering, but beware the false knight. What he's offering is not fully explained. Yeah, it seems appealing on the surface is what I'm getting, to a certain element of society, for those that really haven't delved into it. So it's putting forward an offer, challenged by, no, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think is Duck's plan for nuclear going to work? I don't think so. This next card is actually flipped over. The energy that he's stewing in. There is an appeal to what he's offering to a certain element, but the majority of society are just saying, don't think so, not in my backyard. I'd rather have a wind farm than a nuclear power plant. Yeah, he's looking at what is not going to work, basically, the energy that he's stewing in. It's the minor arcana death card. In the past, I don't know who he's quite surrendered to here, but he's putting forward an offer, I suspect, because now his government is very much about a naysay government. the messaging here that is built up solid boundaries, a solid guardrails. He's just putting forward an alternative offer. Now, his government very much they anything the government does is positive. His government will try and tear down. It's just the way the Conservatives seem to work. Crowning this reading, balance, justice, actions having consequences, finding a balance. Is his nuclear going to work? I mean, it could be a yes card. No, I'm not saying it is, because we've got here this, I'm drawn to the sun here, the sword of truth here, clouds in the background. I just don't feel it is. Right, immediate future, big new plan being brought forward, externally strengths, internally having to defend he thinks, okay, a new plan being brought forward that he believes has strength, but they're really going to have to defend it. The back is up against the wall. They're going to have to defend it. Hopes and fears, the legacy, the oligarchical cycle, end of a cycle, the outcome, naivety, volatile message that they're bringing forward, and emotionally overwhelming, cleansing, the all-seeing eye, and the message is going to be reduced. They might have to backpedal on the message, as there is a call to arms against it, is what I'm really getting. We've got the party, the Conservative Party. Yeah, they're not telling the whole truth. They never do. It's just win at any cost type energy. On the battlefield of loss, I think they're going to put one of their women out front. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Michaelia Cash or one of those sorts of women trying to sell the idea, but I don't feel it's going to go over well. Hidden agenda, secrets coming out, etc. If I keep going on the bottom, skilled work going on behind the scenes. Be careful what you wish for, because the voter will see right through it. And then we've got balance and moderation and bringing forth peace, which will cause infighting, ending, heartbreak, loss, despair, walking away from those that are loosey-goosey with the truth, and they're going to have this Ace of Swords really presented to them. I don't think the message is going to fly. What I'm really feeling is they are listening to the social media noisy minority who rather than reality. So I'm just going to have a look on the back. I don't even know when we're coming up for another election, but on the back of pushing nuclear, I think now that he's named the sites, there's going to be a backlash is what it's feeling, because it's all well and good until it's built in your own backyard. So on the basis of the Dutton government, Mr. Potato Head government, pushing nuclear, how will they go in the next election? Okay, so I'll just ask, what is the Dutton government future with this nuclear push? What is the Dutton government future with this nuclear push? Come on down, let's have a look. The star of hope, the star of healing, star rising. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. Difficult decision. So this, I'm getting that this was going to be their pet project. This is what they're putting forth to win government on, but their challenge is going to be, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Okay, difficult decision to whether to continue. The energy that they're stewing in at the moment, the Ace of Pentacles, um, standing solid with this new idea, new beginning with this new idea. In the past, we've got the King of Swords. I'm wondering whether this was Dutton's brainchild, because this is bringing forth I'm going to say a scientific idea or a sort of reality or something along those lines, but it's in the past. Crowning this reading, lies, deceit, betrayal in regards to um, regards to yeah, I don't think the two swords crossed here. I don't think the voters are going to go for it. They're going to feel betrayed in one way, or the party might feel betrayed in some way because they've been listening to this guy here who's unsheathed his sword and waving it around, trying to get cut through. Trying to get cut through. Thank you, guys. The immediate future, the King of Wands, bringing forth a new plan, a new message. To me, this is my Anthony Albanese card, the King of Wands. It is an inspirational plan and idea. Externally, work going on behind the scenes. I'm asking if might result in an uptick for the current government, our progressive government, because the energy is behind the scenes in regards to um, how will this result in our Conservative government party. It's almost like they're working alone in a vacuum, trying to create something here that they can offer, that they think will appeal to big business, but he's by himself. Yeah, it's internally, it's an illusion. It's a smoke and mirrors policy. Yeah, the hopes and fears. You've got the fading of this aggressive uh, past energy as the new is coming forth. How's it going to play out for them? I think they might find it's actually a snake in the path, as the option is there, but the sword of truth and peace is brought forward. We've got here the Two of Pentacles. Cost of living is a big thing in Australia at the moment. They're trying to spin the story through a financial offer of some sort. But we've got the Queen of Swords, the empty basket, reaping what they sow. I think women are going to see through it. This offer that they're bringing forward, it's an airy fairy offer that they're almost going to surrender to, like they're surrendering to it, because couldn't possibly support what the current government is doing. So let's bring something else forward and putting it out there. We've got temperance, balance and moderation, going back to the past. Or I'm getting more juggling from cup to cup. They're juggling in their okay, thank you, juggling in their naivety, but the message is going to be too burdensome for them because times are changing. Times are changing. I'm just getting that they're not understanding the flavour of the true flavour of the populace. I think they're treating us as though the majority of us are the noisy minority, and that's not right. So I don't think it's going to work for them, especially now that they've actually said where they're going to put these um, nuclear plants. Yeah, it's they're looking at it They're looking at it purely as a way to try and upset the current government's move to renewables, and they're listening to a segment of the populace that are very noisy, but they won't hold the sway of power. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. I don't mind that reading at all. Okay, catch you later.